So I just want to make this video to address some confusion and resistance that I'm experiencing in my life, and that hopefully by sharing this moment of turbulence that it can help somebody else along the way, because I've been looking and searching, and in terms of healing one's relationship with food. I've seen a lot of stuff and diets and fasting, and right now I'm on my 4th day of a fast, and so I just found out about this dude named Dr. Sebi, and for the past month or so I've been diving into his work and how he's affected. Dude is the real deal, and I've been realizing that although I have been plant-based for the past, so it's February of 2017, went plant-based March 2015? Really? Yeah, I guess so. So almost 2 years. But cool, I think I've been attached to this idea that I've been eating healthier, but my relationship with food hasn't been healthier. My relationship with food is still the exact same relationship of the old me that really had some emotional, psychological tetherings to a relationship with food that has nothing to do with nutrition, and that is more about coping emotionally with circumstances and situations instead of addressing things, instead of going into and moving through and moving past and letting things go, whether it's an altercation or a frustrated moment, or it could just be built up tension throughout the day, and all of a sudden I have this thought in the back of my head that's I'm holding this pressure, okay, here's my hand that's relaxed, and then here's my hand when I'm pressing the shit out of my fingers like that. It's there's this thing inside of me that all of a sudden starts pressing like that, and I'm I'll let that go when I get this, which for me has been sweets and junk. Not even candy. I don't really because I now have this idea of what sugar is, so I'm oh, okay, well, some whole wheat, organic, vegan brownie. I can't wait for it, and then I'll let go of that thing, and then that pressure can release, which for me, for a long time, pornography was like that. It was a stress reliever. It was during an artistic process, there would be mad times where I just, circumvented obstacles through pornography. I've since stopped that. In 2017 was a new leaf turn for me, and it was just yo, that's just absolutely not serving any aspect of me or my life or my relationship to my outputting of that energy, my relationship with my sexuality, my healing of my divine masculine, and my incorporation of my divine feminine. And so it seems to be food is a similar thing, where you can get tied up with a really unhealthy, food can become your relationship with food. My relationship with food became a vehicle for me to avoid a life and hide in it, which I think during childhood I wasn't allowed to have Captain Crunch in the house. And I remember I went to a friend's house one day for a play day or whatever, and he had Captain Crunch, and I was just can we have bowls of cereal? And he was just can we go outside first? I was yeah, but then can we come back inside and then we can have Captain Crunch? And I was just there was some level of, I think, discipline in my house that was around food and how and when food was consumed. And my dad has even told me his dad was a pain in the ass in terms of really kind of just it didn't make sense. It wasn't logical. It was just it was just restrictive to be restrictive, because his dad was a military drill instructor, so it would literally be on some you eat your potatoes first and then your peas and then your meat, and just some backwards, there's really no logic in it. It's just the way that he says it has to be done, and therefore if you don't do it this way there will be a punishment. Just another way to control the energy in the house for for the masculine, you know, power structure within the ego to really kind of just get out of control and keep things under his foot, basically. So that carried with me, and as soon as I moved out of the house, you know, I was 17 and living on my own, and I ate cereal as much as I could, Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And yeah, there's an aspect of it where it's like, okay, these are easy foods to make and that don't require a lot of effort. Mac and cheese. Once they found, because remember, they didn't have the Easy Mac, the microwavable joints. They didn't have those like back in the day. They came out like late 2000s or whatever. But I would eat junk food and just crackers and like chips. Not even sweets, really. Like, I stopped liking candy, but I like chips and I like the crunchy. I think it's like a texture thing. But so saying this to say, I'm over here. I had to come back in the car because I'm just like, I'm on this fast, and I'm doing my best to like tune into what serves me most, not that's like fulfilling my, I don't know, maybe I have my head up my ass and I can't see properly on what I really need to do right now. I've had somebody say like, yo, fasting is the way. I have a friend fast 40 days on just juice and water. Lost some of the lighting, but y'all can still see me. And I'm like inspired by that because I know that I want to reset. I want to reset my relationship with food. And so I'm on this fast right now, and I'm in a town that I'm not at home right now, and I'm kind of on my own. Like, I'm away from the people, my family, and so my thoughts are like, oh, you know, a smoothie won't hurt. And it's like, well, that breaks it fast. It's like, oh, a salad, that would be a great, you know. But it's like, I wanna tune into this thing that seems to be at the root of this distress. I don't know, I'm just venting at this point. I mean, stop being such a sissy and just ride this fast out. That's one aspect of it. But another aspect of it is like, you know, what is the craving coming from? Where is the craving coming from? If it is hunger, if it is like my body, that's really what I'm making this video for. I don't feel like I feel like I'm low-key, like, I'm not actually that hungry. Like, I've been drinking juice, and I feel pretty great. It was a full moon last night, February 10th. Full moon in Leo. Like, I felt terrific last night. Last night I was so thankful that I'm on this fast. And now today, I passed this smoothie spot, and it had a great looking salad in it with chickpeas, and then on Yelp, there's this organic spot down the road, and I'm like, and mind you, like, I'm talking about eating organic and healthy food, so it's not even, I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm eating junk. I'm not. If you're watching this and you eat McDonald's, then I'm not talking to you, but like, I'm talking to anybody out there who is just wanting to reset that emotional relationship with food. People are out there in the world with like really messed up relationships with food, where they like, you know, they have body image issues and they have to like gag themselves to, you know, and I gagged myself one time after I just really was not happy with how I ate, and it was just like, yo, where is this emotional turbulence coming from with my relationship with food? And I think it's a number of places, but yeah, man, I guess I'm just gonna like meditate and sit and be still with it and feel it out, maybe journal a bit. And I mean, I guess the fork in the road right now is, do I continue to see this fast through, or do I stop it right now and just like, yo, okay, hey, like today, you know, today ends a great 3-4 day fast, and then the next fast we do 7 days, and then the next fast we do 12, and like, actually, I read an article that was tied into Dr. Sebi's work, where it was like, incrementally build up to your 40-day fast, incrementally build up to what Lisa Left Eye did, and what Dr. Sebi did, 90 days or 30 day or 20 day, whatever it is. But for me, it's just like, what am I doing? What is the purpose? My intention was to reset my relationship, but yeah, so now I'm having these like emotional fits, and yeah, so just sharing that, maybe it could be helpful to somebody else who's experiencing something similar. sending you much love, sending you much light and strength on your journey to resetting and becoming your fullest potential.